Hello and welcome to our company overview. Please take time to review our company disclaimer. Please allow me just a few minutes to introduce you to the most exciting medical breakthrough of our time and what world-renowned medical experts have declared to be the biggest medical breakthrough ever that will save millions of lives. Have you paid attention lately to the news? The buzz is cannabis, medical marijuana. Have you heard of CBD? And now you might be asking, well, is this legal? Is CBD even legal? CBD is actually a cannabinoid extracted from the cannabis plant. Of the more than 85 cannabinoids, the most common is THC, and that's probably what you're thinking about, right? That's what marijuana is high in. But there's other cannabinoids like CBD. In fact, CBD is the second most common with no psychotropic effects, but all of the great health benefits. And so if you know someone dealing with any type of chronic pain or any type of chronic illness, do you know that CBD and cannabis extracts have been shown to help get the body back into balance? And that brings me back to the question, is CBD legal? There's two parts of this answer. First, there are 11 states in which CBD is actually illegal. But here's the good news. Our hemp-rich extract is extracted from a farm in Northern Europe that produces industrial hemp. Because of the low THC and ratio of CBD, we fall under hemp-rich extract classification, which is exempt from the controlled substance list. And thanks to the 2014 Farm Bill signed by former President Obama, our oil is available in all 50 states. In fact, it's our own government more than 30 years ago who discovered the ECS system. The endocannabinoid system is one of the most vital regulatory systems within the human body. In fact, it controls internal bodily functions, keeps them stable, and controls how we think, feel, and react. How do you know if you're out of balance? If you're suffering from any type of dis-ease, where you feel any type of inflammation, pain, or any chronic condition, then you might benefit from cannabinoids. In fact, they discovered a complete endocannabinoid system. And the first time your body was exposed to cannabinoids, or if you were breastfed, they're actually found within the breast milk itself. In fact, our endocannabinoid system includes our brain, heart, teeth, stomach, skin, bowels, kidneys, liver, lungs, and yes, even the eyes. And so cannabis is actually endogenous to who we are as human beings. But we're at a crossroads because we're taught for every illness we have, here's a pill. And we now see the third leading cause of death is our actual medical care system, and including all the medications that people sometimes overdose from. In fact, when you look at the average senior citizen is on over 12 medications, but yet we're at an epidemic of disease, an epidemic of pain. In fact, if you go and look at the most searched word and the most downloaded word on search engines, it's the word pain. People are suffering debilitating pain, often on a daily basis. And so from a physician point of view, opioids have been the answer, but unfortunately, it's come with horrendous consequences as it relates to how many people that are now dying from opioids. But yet we have this medicinal plant, a plant that's been cultivated for 12,000 years. The first Bible printed using this plant. The first United States flag was actually made with this plant. The United States Constitution was written on this plant. More than 50,000 uses, from oil, fuel, textiles, even housing. But yet, if you try to access this in some countries and some states, we're talking about a felony and 20 years in prison. But now we have the green rush. And that's where states now have recognized the medicinal benefits of cannabis. And so now there's certain laws that are happening in many parts of the country, and this green rush is here and it is real. And there's an explosive growth, not just in medical marijuana, which is selling billions of dollars and helping get certain states out of debt, but now even the CBD sector, a word that was virtually unknown, right, is now exploding. In 2015, CBD, a $202 million market. Now, of that 202 million, 90 million from hemp-based sources like what we're doing. Because here in the United States, unfortunately, the CBD is being extracted from the marijuana. They're removing some of the THC, and that's why CBD is still illegal in 11 states. And so we have to make sure if you're accessing CBD, it has to be in accordance to what the laws and rules are under the Farm Bill. Because now when we look at 2020, a $2.1 billion industry, a 700% explosive growth, but the reality is most people have never heard of the word CBD. So we have massive first movers advantage helping to get CBD to the people. Our products are recommended by physicians, pharmacists, and health conscious people around the world. They come with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. With our hemp-rich oils, we offer our nano-enhanced technology that comes with a 98.7% bioavailability. And if you're wondering about random drug tests, can you actually have this if you have to get one of those tests? Well, the nano has 0 THC. Our RMX actually is our most extreme with a little bit of THC, but still underneath the 0.3% required by the Farm Bill. And it's still non-psychotropic, so it's not going to make you high. But again, if you undergo random drug testing, go with our Nano Enhanced. Our Nano Enhanced alone can provide as much as 30 milligrams per day. With our RMX, we go up to 50 milligrams per day. What we've learned with CBD, sometimes less is more, and so you don't need hundreds of milligrams a day to get the health benefits. In fact, we found with as little as 5 or 10 milligrams a day, when it's the right source from the right farm, we see miracles by the minute, not only saving you money, but improving your health. Our raw material is all verified at Steep Hill Labs. We're talking about ISO, International Standards Organization Laboratory, certified, and testing not just for 12 compounds, which include the pesticides, the fungicides, the plant growth regulators, but we go a step further, providing organic product. Why is this so important? When you look at hemp and what cannabis can do to actually clean up environments, when you look at areas like Japan exposed to all that radiation, they actually use hemp to clean it up because it's like a sponge. It absorbs all of that. Great for the environment, but bad for a person consuming that hemp. And so you don't want to utilize some of the products that are out there that are non-organic so that you know you're putting in your body the best of the best. We also infuse our CBD and hemp-rich oil with essential oils. In fact, our MCT coconut oil is wild crafted. It's not only highest of quality, but it's infused to give you the best delivery into your cells. And then we go a step further, infusing some USDA certified organic essential oils into some of our specialty blends. In fact, our black seed oil is really amazing. If you go out to your favorite search engine, look at the benefits of black seed oil. It's important to get pure oil. Most of the black seed out there, unfortunately, it tastes horrible. They put the glycerin, the water, and other chemicals. If you taste our black seed, it tastes amazing. But the studies on black seed shows it's one of the few substances in the world that can actually help to rebuild the beta cells of the pancreas. We have our specialty blends, like our hemp tabulous, and just look at the before and afters. Yes, works even in extreme cases where people are dealing with alopecia. Again, it's satisfaction guaranteed, so if for whatever reason it doesn't work for you, we offer money back guarantee. And then our weight loss. We have our weight loss extreme along with our Sharoma skinny. Look at Doris Mosley. In 4 months, she dropped 70 pounds. And that's Dr. Rita McGuire, our chief medical advisor and wellness expert, there to coach you along every step of the way. Methods of delivery. Vaping is one of the most popular. Now, this is not smoking, right? You're inhaling vaporized actual product, right? And this goes into the lungs that actually provides some great benefits. In fact, one of the reasons people like to vape because it's faster to get the response. So if you're having a panic episode or some type of extreme condition, how quick do you want relief? Immediately, right? And that's why vaping is one of the #1 ways. Nano is also amazing for those who might not want to vape. I was never a smoker, never thought I would ever vape until I learned this was actually healthy for the body. But Nano is a great option if you don't want to vape because it's going to still give you 98.7% bioavailability, and it has 0 THC, so you don't have to worry about the random drug testing. Then our tinctures is where you drop it under the tongue, hold it for a couple minutes. Topicals are great, like our new Zip Pain, because you can deliver the pain relief right to the area you're suffering the most. And then sprays and capsules are not what we offer because of the low bioavailability. Healthy Place Botanicals also is excited to show you how you can profit in the green rush, owning your very own online dispensary, but also a mobile dispensary where you can take your business on the go. And so before we go into the profit side, I have a question for everyone. What does Heath Ledger, Stage Stallone, Anna Nicole Smith, Keith Moon, Judy Garland, Dorothy Dandridge, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, Prince, and Michael Jackson all have in common? Well, they're all deceased, and they actually died as a consequence from their prescription medication known as an opioid. And it's unfortunate that opioids are now killing thousands of people every single year, but it's a prescription medication we get from our physician. And then when we look at the cannabis industry, an industry that actually has never had anyone overdose from cannabis, but yet they will lock you up and put you in federal prison if you're accessing it in an area where it's actually illegal. And so when you think about that, I just think about the power of big business, the power of money, the fact that pharmaceuticals are making trillions of dollars. In fact, when you think about this whole healthcare industry, $2.5 trillion, but yet all the side effects and all the people that have died from their medication. Here's a quote from Francis L. Young, administrative law judge. Nearly all medicines have potentially lethal effects, but marijuana is not such a substance. There is no record in the extensive medical literature describing a proven, documented cannabis-induced fatality. In fact, when you go look now and see what's happening in society, and you think about what a Schedule I drug is, right? A Schedule I drug, also known as a Class I drug, it's a drug that's illegal because it has high abuse potential, no medical use, and severe safety concerns. So that should be drugs and narcotics like heroin, LSD, and cocaine. But if you look at the DEA's website to look at the difference between what do they classify as Schedule I versus Schedule II, you see very clearly that marijuana, cannabis, is listed as a controlled substance. That's a Schedule I, the most dangerous. In fact, CBD, you've heard the health benefits, but they list it as a Schedule I because it falls within the classifications of marijuana and cannabis. When you look at Schedule II, drugs like cocaine killed 14,000 last year. Methamphetamine, oh my goodness, meth, right? They say it's safer than cannabis. Methadone, a classification of opioids that kill thousands every year. And so you start realizing, wow, this is kind of, like a hypocrisy to say these drugs are safer than cannabis and marijuana. So what makes our company legally able to operate, again, is how it's extracted. When you utilize industrial hemp that's grown in Asia, that's grown in Europe, And in Canada, they're actually produced with less than 0.3% THC, and the quality and the ratio of the other cannabinoids allow it to legally be extracted and offered as what they call hemp-rich extract in all 50 states. And so if you're operating with a company that's extracting the oils here in the United States, 9 times out of 10, it's probably illegal if you're trying to move that product across state lines. And so it's very important, if you're going to jump into the space of CBD, you do it with a company that's acting in accordance to the Farm Bill. Because what you find is this dispensary business is huge. I mean, when you think about the term medical marijuana, I mean, what's the difference between medical marijuana and the marijuana on the street? Well, they both get you high, but the reality is now it's big business for not only the government, but big business for pharmaceutical companies and other companies that have gotten behind this whole industry. Even the former Speaker of the House, Boehner, who was against all of cannabis, just joined a cannabis company board to push for its medical use. When asked, well, what happened? Thinking on cannabis has evolved. I'm convinced that descheduling the drug is needed so we can do research, help our veterans, and reverse the opioid epidemic ravaging our community. When you go to places like West Virginia, do you know that communities are being brought to their knees because of the amount of people in their 20s and 30s that are addicted to these opioids? Even the Surgeon General on April 5th issued a very unusual warning physicians to give their patients an antidote to the overdose, because at some point, if their patients are on opioids, they were overdosed. Even Walmart jumped in, refusing to prescribe certain opioids for longer than a few days. And so we've recognized now this is epidemic levels, and so they're utilizing medical marijuana, what they call the Scheduled 1 drug, the most dangerous drug, to actually save the people dying from their safer classified drugs, right? And so when we think about what's happening with medical marijuana, and you see the billions being made, and now all of a sudden you think about Colorado and California, up until 2015, that's where 79% of the legal cannabis revenue was coming from. But now other states are paying attention, recognizing these states were getting out of debt in a matter of a day just by passing the laws. And now there's thousands of dispensaries happening all across the country. But the discovery of CBD is a game changer. And to have access to what we have access, and to be one of the very few companies who are able to operate here in the United States, it's just right time, right place. Because with CBD, unlike the THC, which is high in the psychoactive component, it doesn't have the psychotropic effect. So you don't get any of the high, but you get all of the health benefits. And if you compare medical marijuana and what's happening with CBD, you do notice that THC does have benefits like pain reduction, nausea, bone growth. But look at what CBD has to offer. Not only does it help with seizures, right? But anti-diabetic, anti-tumor, anti-inflammatory, right? When you think about antibacterial, right? So many different benefits of CBD. But not only does our product have CBD in it, it has the CBG, it has the CBN, the THC, and because we offer the industrial hemp extract, unlike most CBD products you see here that aren't really complete, they don't have, the omega-3s in it, they don't offer the chlorophyll. We have a product that has all those different benefits, the amino acids and all the things in there that offer what we call the full entourage effect. And that basically means there's a synergy in nature, right? You don't want to extract one thing, you want the whole component if you're going to get the complete benefit. And so we bring to the United States a very powerful product and a very powerful business model, because not only can you go ahead and buy your product, but unlike the attempts that people make to try to have a regular dispensary spending tens of thousands of dollars that's non-refundable if they reject you, we decided to turn the industry upside down by offering people the ability to get started with their own dispensary for free, where you can immediately start earning 25 to 50% off of all those retail sales. No credit check, free shipping with just a $75 order. Buy 3, get 1 free, immediately allowing you and your clients to save 33%. But you can't just go to our website and access your own dispensary. You have to be invited. We have to give you a key and a passcode. Before we go further, please take review of our income disclaimer. So imagine, with as little as 25 customers and $5,000 in volume for a month, having a $2,500 payout. In fact, $2,250 is actual cash. The other $250 is in product credits. We also offer a business development position where you can earn additional overrides. Company awards trips around the world. In March 2019, imagine qualifying for a $100,000 life insurance policy just by reaching and maintaining executive status here with our company. And that's as little as $2,000 a month in your group volume. Now, with our business model, we do something quite disruptive. We looked at the network marketing model, and many of our associates have tried that. I know myself, I've even tried that and was fortunate enough to earn millions of dollars. But what we recognize is most people really don't make money. 80% of people don't make money in that arena. So we said, why don't we do something so disruptive where we offer a micro franchise? We give people a true business in a box with a blueprint and a way to actually structure their business so that they can actually make it a viable business and go out and get customers. But let's combine that with a little bit of leverage by using what we call a double tier affiliate. And that basically means when you start all those retail sales that happen in your profit center, right? That's your website. Whether you're making the purchase yourself or whether someone is coming and just visiting your website, we're going to pay you the 25 to 50%. But let's say now you go out and you give away some of those online dispensaries for free. And that would be considered your profit center too. You can give away an unlimited amount of those free dispensaries. And you earn 20% on all of those dispensaries that you give away. But now let's just say those dispensaries that you just gave away are now giving away dispensaries. This would be considered your profit center 3. To override profit center 3, it requires that you activate profit center 3 with a minimum purchase or a minimum customer order of $75 on your anniversary month, on your anniversary date every month. You can also bypass that by purchasing one of our fully stocked dispensaries and get 6 months where profit center 3 automatically will pay out month after month. Profit Center 4 is activated with as little as $1,500 in retail sales from you and your customers. And imagine now overriding all of the revenue that happens company-wide. Even in other countries, we put 5 to 7% in a pool and we give a chunk of that out to people that have qualified, and it starts with that $1,500 in retail, or you can have group volume as well that equals 10,000 or more. Now, there's one more side to this. We're not going to get heavily into this on this quick overview, but I will let you know that we do offer a wholesale compensation plan as well. Now, if you choose to buy any of the products in our wholesale compensation plan, you're already getting a significant discount. So we don't pay you on your wholesale purchases, but we do offer product packs that start at $4.97. We have one for $14.97. And when you actually go out and buy one of those, you have a markup where you can earn immediately double the profit, or you can actually earn triple the profit, right? Which is exciting. Get as much as 70% off the top. But when you go out and sell those, we pay you anywhere from $125 to $400 every time you have someone buy one of our small dispensaries or the fully stocked dispensary. So with our business model, we offer something for everyone. And again, it's the micro franchise difference. One of the other things that I will let you know right now is we do also have a mandatory certification class. For the first 60 days, you're going to earn money if you never make a purchase those first 60 days. You're going to get paid for all your customer sales on all those dispensaries you give away for free. But on day 61, we're going to make sure you've been certified. We want to make sure you're representing this company at the highest level of professionalism. We want to make sure you understand your product, just like with McDonald's, right? They're ran by 15 and 16-year-olds, but every owner is required to go to Hamburger University. So our certification course, it's an 8-hour intensive course. There's a test you take just to make sure you're serious about this business and are willing to follow our 4-step system so that you can make your business profitable. With this micro franchise concept, we offer brochures and tools so that you can win. We invite you to come grow with us. Window of opportunity. Have you ever been at the right place at the right time, but failed to take action or realize it till years later? See, that's the thing about opportunities. Most people don't recognize an opportunity until it's too late, right? And by the time you actually invest in that opportunity, you might still have some sort of opportunity, but it's never as if it was during that initial moment when the window was gigantic, right? And so when you look at what's happening right now in the world of CBD, I work specifically with companies who are trying to grow CBD here in the United States. And one of the things they find is it's in such high demand, they can't even grow enough of it because the farms here are just getting started. Having access to this European connection, having exclusivity in this space that we're in, gives us a powerful business model, and it gives you a window where you can be a part of something that's growing at the speed of light. In fact, when we looked at our numbers over an 18-month period, we had exploded at 3,500% growth. And when you think back at opportunities like Google and Microsoft, wow, imagine, right, being a part of that way back then. Apple is now $1 trillion company, but did you partake in that way back when? Google, it opened up and no one thought that there would be a day when everybody would Google. But now guess what? We all go to our favorite search engine to look up information. All of those were market shifts, right? That when they were happening, people weren't paying attention. And now those who did were blown to financial freedom. And so you are in front of a market shift. Right now it's small. We're talking about the early stages of $1 billion. But an industry that they predict, because of all the uses of cannabis, right, from fuel to oil, it's going to go to $1 trillion in our lifetime. This is the most significant opportunity in our lifetime, so pay attention. So at this point, there's always 3 types of people. A person number 1 says, thanks, but no thanks. Just make me a customer. A person number 2, I want my free online dispensary, so we're going to hook you up with that. And a person number 3, I'm ready to join the CBD billionaire revolution. I say this all the time. We're not a business. We're not a company. We're a movement. We look at what we're doing as being wellness activists. And if you're ready to go out there and make a difference, make an impact in this world, we invite you to come grow with us. So thank you for watching. Get back with the person who invited you on this video. Get your questions answered. But most importantly, if you see an opportunity, go ahead and get started right now.